We're live on YouTube, so thank you guys for joining a special
everybody?
edition of Shark Talk Live, episode 35.
Wednesday
we have
night.
An absolutely amazing guest for us, but before we get to that, we got to get ourselves going on Twitch.
Yes.
Twitch is going live right now. Now we've got all three of us here. Of course, I'm one of your hosts, Tim Levine. This is my esteemed partner, Bobby Hilton.
Let's go.
And we are doing big things tonight. What would if I told you that we had a top-tier musical artist who was big into pool?
Huge into pool. It's unbelievable. He loves pool.
Yeah.
He's the nicest guy. He's on our list. He's been playing pool with us, I think, I'd say several months now on the list. And he's got a passion for the game. He really enjoys it. And, I figured, let's talk to him, And he said yes. And who knew he won season 1 of The Voice? How about that?
Yeah, so
Javier
for those of you who have watched it, this is, of course, our great winner, Javier Colon. He won season 1 of The Voice. He's a huge pool player. Javier, you are live with the Shark Stream right now. Thank you so much for joining in.
What's up, guys? How are you? Good to see you.
And what a top tier professional setup he's got. His own home. He's got his own home studio set up for us, and I'm jealous. Our sound sounds pretty good, but his sound is
we got
unreal.
We got a little taste before we started, so we're pretty lucky.
It took me a lot of tries.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
Bobby, I was born and raised in Connecticut. Grew up in Stratford. I was born in Bridgeport. Grew up in Stratford. I loved music since I was a little kid. My dad was an owner of a small Spanish radio station in Bridgeport called Radio Cumbre, and it was his lifelong dream to own his own station, and he was able to do that. And he was the first Dominican radio station owner in the country, and so I grew up listening to a lot of music. I mean, music was on from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to bed. We couldn't change the channel. It was just always on, and
24/7.
It was kind of forced on us. But I gravitated.
That's not a bad
towards
thing as a kid to be forced with, though.
It turned out not to be a bad thing, yes, I listened to a lot of music, in the house, and I called it the background music of my background noise of my childhood was music, and I just fell in love with it. I started to sing, at home, and I didn't really want to sing out very much, but then I had some amazing teachers, and my mom as well. They kind of pushed me to do more things in the community and kind of gain some confidence. And finally, I started doing that, and I realized how much I loved it, and that was it. By like 8th grade, I decided that this was what I wanted to do. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew that I wanted to do it, and so far it's worked out.
Pretty good. Doing pretty good.
I mean, obviously you're no stranger to competition. On top of being a very accomplished singer, the winner of The Voice season 1, you're also a rather accomplished pool player as well. Tell us a little bit about how you got into the game.
I wouldn't necessarily call myself accomplished pool player. I've seen the guys who play at your place. I've gotten beaten by a bunch of them already.
You're one of those guys now. You're on the list there. You're already on there.
It's an honor to be on the list and to be among all of you guys. But I started playing pool when I was in high school. Like I said, I grew up in Stratford. There was an old pool hall called Connolly's Billiards. I don't know if anybody remembers Connolly's Billiards. It was on Ferry Boulevard.
Been there before, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Had you? Nice. Yeah, Ferry Boulevard in Stratford. And I was so into pool that I went to one of my teachers at school and I said, hey, would you be an advisor if I started a pool club? A billiards club? Would you be our advisor? And he was like, sure. So every Wednesday, they would, give us like this amazing rate. It was like, $4 or something like that. We could play from as soon as we get out of school till like, 7 o'clock at night if we wanted to.
That's very cool.
And,
that's awesome.
And it was awesome. We would go and we'd play pool and it was great. And I was the president of the pool club for the last couple years of high school. Then I went to college and then I just didn't have an opportunity to play and lost my I didn't lose my love for it, but just lost the opportunity to really play often. And then I finally, in 2019, I said, my guitarist is an old friend of mine back in Fairfield, and we used to go play at Boston Billiards in Fairfield a bunch.
Yeah.
And he got a pool table at the house, and I was really really jealous. And I said, man, I might have to try to go and play some pool somewhere. And I ended up I live in West Hartford. I ended up going to Shooters, and that's where I started playing. And that was the first time I had been back to playing pool, and I mean over 20 years. So yeah, I'm slowly kind of getting back into it. But I absolutely love it, man. I've got a
How
pool
were
table
you
at the house
in
now.
the youth class? How were you in the youth class? Were you like the best player in your group, even though you're president?
I was one of them, because I mean I started the pool league, so I mean there was some people that were interested, but not as many that were as interested as me.
Yeah, a lot of them kind of like just hanging out and stuff.
Yeah, they just wanted to come and hang out and learn about it, and it was cool, and it turned out to be a really just a really nice experience, just an excuse also to just kind of have somewhere to go after school and say, Mom, I'm going to the pool hall. She's like, what do you mean?
Absolutely right.
But it's part of the club, it's part of school. She was like, okay. So
That's awesome.
between that and singing, that's what I like to do in high school. I played baseball, and I did all the the musical stuff, all the choirs and all the musicals and plays and things like that. But I did like to play some pool. So,
Right, and then now you're back at Shooters, and you're obviously in the Masters there, correct?
I am. I'm in the Masters there, and I'm at your place. I'm like I said, I'm honored to be on the list among some really awesome players, and I look forward to getting to play some awesome matches. So far, I've been getting my tail
Nice.
beat by some folks, if we're being honest. But I hope to turn that around sometime soon.
All right. Are you playing any other leagues at all, or besides Masters, or in the list?
Yeah, so on Tuesdays I try to do double duty. So I have a busy schedule, and I've got a wife and 3 kids that I do like to see. So so I play on my Masters team on Tuesday, and also in the same spot I'm on an 8-ball team. So I play APA 8-ball and I play Masters on the same night. So I'll play one match, and then I'll go to the other side and
Nothing
I'll
wrong
play
with
another
that.
match. I try to get it in. I said, listen, I got one night, to kind of get it all in, and I do it all on Tuesdays. And then I like I said, I have a table, fortunately, here at the house. So I do a bunch of playing, some late night playing here when I need to practice.
All right. So we got is Nick Marino is he on your team?
He is not, but Nick, I got to give Nick a huge shout out, man. Nick was one of the first guys that I met. Shout out to, gosh, there's so many folks I got to shout out in the pool realm. But I saw Nick last night. Nick has been he's been such a good friend and just so amazing. One of the first folks to when I first joined Masters, he was one of the first folks to pull me aside and really try to help me with my stroke, help me with my game, help me with some of the decisions that I make, positional decisions on the pool table. Just an awesome guy. I love Nick. Actually, I got my pool table from him, and
Nice.
he's been great. So Nick is my
He's
dude,
a great
man.
guy. He's a sponsor of the Shark Team. And does he know you beat Dirk Ridley yesterday or no?
I don't know that we talked. Well, yeah, because Dirk is on his team, so I think he
Oh,
did
okay.
know.
Well, great payback. Nice job.
Yeah, we were able to get him get his team. His team is a strong team. Him and his son Nicola and Jim Gravel and
Real good player,
Dirk.
another
So
lister.
there's
Top
good
10
players,
or top
good
11,
player.
yep.
Yeah. We had me and Jim Gravel had a good match after Dirk and I last night, which was super fun. But yeah, so I love Nick. Nick is awesome. Some other folks that I got to shout out my team, my Masters team. We have Pete Genovese on our team.
God.
And listen,
USA, he won the amateurs twice, right?
I do,
Okay.
I do, and he looks like he could win it again tomorrow
Yeah,
if he
he's playing
if he wanted to. He's awesome, man. We we have a ritual where we stay late afterwards. We were in the place really late last night, just having fun, just he and I shooting
Nice.
balls, and he's showing me all the things, and I mean I'm just watching him like a hawk, trying to absorb all of the knowledge that I can, because he's such a great guy and a great player, and he just loves to share
He's a
his
true
knowledge.
font of knowledge in the game. He really
Oh,
is. You
Man,
know?
and and I hear him so many times. I'll do something, and he'll be like, "Now, why did you do that?" But that was the wrong move right there. What you just did right there was you should have done it like this. But but it's great because when you have
That's
somebody
good teaching
literally
you.
sitting
Yeah,
there,
absolutely.
because he's watching your every shot, and then the next time you have that shot, I'm gonna hear his voice saying, "Don't do that." I'm like, "Okay, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna try something else." Oh yeah, we have a lot of fun. Joanne Corbett is on our
Oh,
team.
another-
Yeah, Joanne and Jason Cornelio is on our team. So
Oh,
Oh,
we
you got
have
a staff team.
So you
got a
you-
solid
so
group.
you got you and Jason are both really. Pete's really taking you guys under his wing because you guys are both not. I'm not new to the game, but not high end masters, and you guys are really learning
Right.
from him. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
absolutely.
He's trying to
I
develop
figured-
a squad.
yeah.
Yeah, Jason's a
Ab-
great player as well.
Yes, yeah, no, he is. We have some great fun. He's such a great guy as well. We just
Yes.
listen. I'm a guy about energy. I like to surround myself with good people, and we just have a really good
too,
time.
me too.
Listen, I got to shout out Michael. Oh my gosh, why am I forgetting Micah's last name? He's gonna kill me right now. Micah Netherlands. Sorry.
Micah Netherlands.
Yes, Micah. He was the
absolutely, of
first
course.
guy to allow me to
Yeah.
join a Masters team, and I felt horrible because it was me and him and Jack Cooper and oh my God, who was our last person? I can't remember who our last person was. It was my first. It was my first foray in Masters.
Yep.
And I had come from just playing like the 1-8 ball league on Tuesdays, and I would see the guys on the other side of the room playing in Masters, and I was like, man, that's where I want to be because that's where I'm going to learn. I'm going to get my
Yep.
ass kicked, but that's where I'm going to learn. So I went and I told the girls, the tutors, I said, I'm looking to jump on a Masters team if you know anybody that's looking, and
Yep.
and they talked to Micah, and Micah said, hey, we have a space on our team, and he didn't know me from Adam, knew nothing about me, but he said, you know what, you look like a nice guy, look like you're interested in the game, let's do it. And he took me under his wing, he let me be on the team. I played 14 matches that Masters
Nice.
session, and I lost every single one.
Wow. but
I
at
went,
least he put you
"Oh."
through your paces.
Listen, he told me at the beginning, he said, listen, you're gonna hate Masters League. You're gonna hate it. And I was like, no way, I'm not gonna hate it. It's gonna be awesome. I was like super positive. And then by the third, fourth week, I was like, this sucks. This is not fun. This is not fun at all. 'Cause I'm getting my ass handed to me every week. And I did. And I just, I lost 0 for 14. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna use it. I still feel like I'm learning something. Vinny Zanuga is
yeah.
another. He's another
So
guy.
I can
He
tell
would
right
play
away.
plays so strong. I mean,
You're-
you're
you're
around a
gravita-
great crop.
Yeah, you're gravitating to all the correct people. Like Mike is a great start teacher, and Vinny and Pete. I mean, you're absolutely doing the right thing. And like I said, it's your energy, that's for sure.
Well, they're good. They're good folks, and they would see that I was hungry to learn stuff, and
Yes.
when they saw that, they're like, "Hey, come here, I want to show you something." And Vinny's been awesome. He's come over to the house, and he would stay with me and just work on some fundamental stuff, just some stroke stuff.
Mr.
Just-
Fundamental.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I've got some great folks that have been super kind to me,
Nice.
and have helped me learn and helped me get to where we are now. I feel like I'm not where I want to be, but I'm getting better. 3-0 so far in this Masters season. So now that I say that, I'm sure I'm going to lose next week. Actually, next week I'm not here, so I can't lose next week. I might lose the next week, but that's okay.
Nice.
yeah,
So
it's been
Pete
fun.
Genovese just said he made a deal with you. He's gonna teach you pool, but you're gonna teach him how to sing, but you're not answering his calls.
The voice hasn't answered his calls yet. The voice hasn't answered
Oh,
his
the
calls
voice
yet.
hasn't answered his calls yet.
No, listen, I'll teach Pete. I'll teach Pete anything he wants to know, and we'll get him on the voice if that's what he wants to do. We'll get him on the voice. He can get me to the U.S. Amateur Final.
Nice.
There you go, right? Absolutely.
That's probably a stretch,
Absolutely.
but I think he has a better chance of getting on the voice than I do getting to the amateur final. But that's all good.
With enough time and practice, you can do anything in this game. You really can. It just takes that time and that dedication. Of course, not only are you dedicated to growing in the game of pool, but obviously you're an amazing singer. What have you got going on in the musical world right now?
I'm actually just I'm finally starting to tour again after COVID shut everything down. I mean, as you
Right.
know, everything's there were no live events. There was no concerts. Even like they started doing some outdoor things.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then this fall with Omicron, they started kind of pulling things back. So I'm starting to tour again, which is awesome after having a long layover,
Shutdown, like everything,
a long shutdown, a long layoff. So it's nice to be running around and getting to perform for folks and getting to see people and trying to make people smile, trying to make them feel good. And it makes you feel good at the same time. When the quarantine started, I did a Facebook Live. You can find them on my Facebook page. But I did like this quarantine concert series, I called it, and I did 16 weeks in a row. I think it was 15 weeks in a row.
I remember
and then it took
that,
like a
yes.
month off. But I did those, and it was like 2-hour shows every Saturday night. I'd bring my kids down and they would sing with me, and I'd have special
That's
guests
awesome.
come on, and we'd do duets and things. It was just, it was really fun, and I got a lot of great feedback that people just needed something to kind of look forward to, something to enjoy when all this craziness was going on around us, and people were dropping like flies, and all of our healthcare workers were putting their lives on the line.
Yep.
So it was a nice, they told me it was a nice, break from the reality of what was
give
going
them a little
on.
bit of something different, take their mind off it. Absolutely. And I
Yeah,
gotta give
and
you
it
a
was-
shout out to everybody I talked to that met you. Some know you're on The Voice, some don't know you're on The Voice, but everybody says that Javier is a really nice guy, and you come across as very humble. You don't come across as somebody that won The Voice or is very arrogant. And so I just got to give you a shout out to that. Obviously, what you're saying is true to heart from people here that didn't even know that you sang. So good job and keep it up. Really appreciate that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just glad to be in the pool community again. It's funny. I was thinking last night when I went in to play on Tuesday. I was like, I know, or at least have played or know the names of like almost everybody in here. From on the 8-ball side and then on the master side, and it just was a nice feeling. Thinking back from 2019 when I knew nobody. And Micah was the first person to say, hey, come here, I want to introduce you to some people. And I remember what that felt like. And it was daunting. And I was like, and I think part of the reason that I lost all those matches was because my heart was beating out of my chest. Because I was like, I'm playing Masters. I feel like everybody here is going to be like, this kid shouldn't be playing Masters. He's not good enough. Why is he here? And so I felt like I needed to win so badly to like prove to myself that I should be there.
Right,
and
to yourself. And no one said nothing to you, obviously.
No, nobody said
right.
anything, but it was in my head that it was like, you don't belong here if you can't, win a match,
Compete,
Yeah, if I can't compete, then why am I here? But I knew that I was there so that I would get better, that I would be able to compete, more, aggressively in some of these matches. But I just, I couldn't pull together, and you should have seen, man, my blood pressure must have been through the roof in some of these matches. And I finally talked to a friend, and he was like, Jav, you got to think about this. He's like, this is not rocket science. This is not like,
Right.
Life or death. It's a game. Like, you got to keep it in perspective. This is not something that you're going to live or die by. This is not the way that you make your living for your family. So,
if you
put it in
lose, they're not going to
perspective.
take the bread off your kid's table. Like,
Right. So why are you so pent up about it? And that
It's something
and
about
that
the
really
it's
helped
something
me.
about the game though, because here you are, an established singer, somebody that competed in the highest level, competed with millions of people watching you, and you're talking about getting nervous playing a game of pool. That tells you something about this sport. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's really great. It is a great sport. It really is. And it sounds like you're overcoming your mind things, which is really good. That's going to help you get to your next level.
It's definitely I definitely feel after I got some wins under my belt, it definitely calmed me down and said, you know what, on any given day, you might be able to beat somebody. You know what I mean? So you just play your best, and that's all that you can do. That's something I remember telling myself when I was on The Voice. I was just talking to my one of my teammates, Joanne Corbett, about this, but when I before I went out for that first audition on The Voice, and I'm assuming you guys have seen it. Maybe
Was it in
have
Connecticut?
No, the audition on The Voice was in Los Angeles,
Okay.
but but the way they do the voices, you singing and the coaches are looking the other way, so they just hear your voice and they have to turn around based on
Right.
what your
Yeah.
voice is like.
Yes.
And I was super nervous going out there. Even though I had a record deal before that, it didn't go as well as I had wanted it to. But I had some professional experience. But I still was nervous as anything, because this was probably going to be my last shot in my mind in the music business. I had a wife and I had kids, and I knew something had to change, or I was going to have to change. I was just going to have to change my
Direction.
my job, my
Yeah.
direction, exactly. So before I went out there, I said to myself, look, there's only certain things that you can control. You can control what comes out of your mouth. You can control what you play on the guitar. You can try to control your body so you don't trip and fall up the stairs and be on YouTube for the rest of your life in the wrong way. I said, but that's all that you can control. So just I got to do my best at that. And then, the rest is going to fall how it's going to fall, because I have no control over those other guys that, those coaches pushing their buttons. I can't make them do anything. So it's going to happen how it's going to happen. Get up there, do what you do, sing your best, and it's going to fall how it falls. And that freed me a little bit to say, you know what, it's going to be what it's going to be. So just let it be. And we're going to see how it all plays out.
It's
And
kind of the
I
same
was
mindset
fortunate.
with pool. That you're saying in
Exactly.
Masters. Once you get over I'm going to go prove to myself I can do it. You control what you control and do the best you can, and that's what you got to do.
That's all you can do. You can't control the other guy.
No,
So,
absolutely.
yeah,
But we're very happy to have you here, and we're excited. And we're here. You're going to hear a song for us, and hear a little something
yeah.
for us.
If you want me to sing a little something,
I
We got a
before
couple of things we got to discuss.
before we do
here.
that, I do have a couple of I do have a viewer. We have one of
Okay.
our listeners, Oscar De Leon. He says that that him and you will be an even match on the Shark Stream, and he'll even put up his spot. So that might be a move
snap.
for you.
How about that?
We can make that game
Let's
happen.
got
You know.
Let's
We can
go,
do that.
Oscar. Let's
We can
go.
do that.
And Jeremy Tucker Mooser would like to say that he met you years ago when he was working radio at CBS Hartford, and
Nice.
he would love to see that you guys might meet again over a pool table one day. So,
Nice.
and
And then
might
That
very
would-
well happen.
Mark Almeida
That would
also
be awesome.
said Hartford Healthcare really appreciated those concerts that you did. The live ones really helped them through that time. So that's good stuff that we're getting from the audience out there.
That was an honor. One of the biggest honors of my life, man, was when we were, pandemic was raging. It was, beginning of May, and all of us were saying, God bless our healthcare workers.
Yeah.
Sending
And
prayers
Phil
for
Davis is
healthcare
a nurse.
workers.
He's one of our top players here as well. Shout out to Phil.
Awesome. Well, we shout out to him. We were all saying, thanks to our healthcare workers for putting their lives on the line, for going in day after day after day, and the folks at Hartford Healthcare reached out and said, hey, we're planning on doing something special for Nurses Week, and we know we're in the middle of a pandemic, but is there any way that you'd be willing to perform outside? And if we had the nurses come out, on their break, and they just come out at a particular time and stand 6 feet apart, with masks on and everything, and just would you be willing to sing some songs? I said I would be honored to sing some songs for these men and women who are putting their lives on the line for us. And man, it was crazy. I got all emotional singing for them, because first of all, it was like my first performance in months,
Right.
getting to perform in front of people, and it just it was my chance to say thank you. Like, we all were saying thank you, online, and thank you in videos, but I got to say thank you in person, and that meant so much to me to be able
I'm
to
sure it did.
do that. So I was so thankful that they asked me to do
more
that.
than you probably know. I'm sure it did.
Yeah, it did. It felt really, really nice to be able to sing something for them and give them a little break from the craziness that was happening
Craziness,
inside
yes,
of
absolutely.
the hospital walls. Okay.
Well,
you want me to- sorry.
we'd love
Yeah, go ahead.
we'd love to give you the opportunity, a couple of minutes here to say anything that you'd like to say. Obviously, the floor would be yours. Tell us about what you going on, what you got coming up. Anything that you'd like to plug, website, what have you. And then if you'd be so happy to grace us with a song or two songs, you take your pick.
That would
we'd
be
be more
awesome.
than happy to have you here. And we actually have a special guest who'd love to say hi. He's actually in the booth. He'd like to
hang
pop
on.
his head
We got
in.
a special
He'd
guest
like
for
to
ya.
say hi.
What's up, brother?
Who's
You pop in. I'll
who's
pop
over there?
over.
Where you at? Where you at?
Who
Where
we
you
got?
at?
We got Mr. Nick Marino.
That's my man right there.
What up, Nick? What's going on, man? He's playing some Masters League over there. I was already talking about you. Did you hear me talking about you?
Yep.
Yeah, you're talking
My
about
dude.
him, right? Yeah, he did.
My
He
dude.
commented. He commented on you.
Let me shut this off. Hold on.
Oh yeah, he's
I was
on his
watching. I
phone.
was in the middle of a match. I had to come and say hi.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
I
here for
love
Wednesday
it.
Masters.
Yeah.
That's right. Wednesday Masters happened, and that's awesome. Well,
Yep.
awesome, Nick. Good, always good to see you, man. It's great to see you last night. We didn't get to play any games last night, but we'll,
I come over your house. We'll play some games. You know that.
after you install like the 75 pool tables that you have to do that
Yeah,
are
At
waiting.
least 75.
At
Only
least
45
75.
right now, bro.
Only 45. Only
All right, I'll
45.
let you
You're,
go.
you're
I just
busy
want to say
man.
hi to you. I know you're gonna sing for these boys.
Yeah, man. Good to see you, Nick.
All right.
Appreciate you.
I'll
Bro.
watch you on the. Thank you.
Everybody's watching.
Okay.
we-
don't,
we be-
don't be missing shots though, because you're watching me on the stream now. Don't
He'd
be,
be,
don't be blaming me.
We'd be happy to give you, a couple of minutes, to say everything that you want to say, and then if you want to grace us with a song or two, you feel free.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. For those of you who want to see more of what I do, you can follow me on here on Facebook, YouTube. Javier Colon. Javier Colon Music is my Facebook page. I think I'm Javier Colon Official on my YouTube.
I'll be
but if
sure.
you just
I'll be
search me,
sure
you'll
when
find
we
it.
do this to make sure that we have all those official links out there on the Shark Stream so that everybody can follow up.
Awesome. I appreciate that, Tim. And I don't know if you guys are on TikTok, but I'm on TikTok. I've been loving doing a bunch of TikTok videos and not in the dancing way. I sing on TikTok. I do not dance on
Obviously.
TikTok. Yes, but I do a bunch of duets with a bunch of different people and have a really good time. So those are on there. Also on my Instagram, you can find me on there. My next show in Connecticut that you can see me is going to be actually in Fairfield, Connecticut. I've got a show at the
Home team, right?
Sacred Heart University Theater, SHU
nice.
Theater, and it is. If you don't know anything about me and what my music is, like I'm a cross. I always say it's acoustic soul. I'm a cross between James Taylor and Stevie Wonder put together. Two of my biggest influences. I love James Taylor. I love Stevie Wonder. So I love the acoustic side. I love the R&B side. So we put it together. But my next show is actually a James Taylor tribute show. And I'm going to do all of James Taylor's greatest hits. I'm going to do it with my full band. I've got my 3 background singers that are coming. I've got the full band behind me, and we're going to be playing on March 12th. I think it's at 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. at the SHU Theater. I do not have a link on my Facebook page yet, but I will shortly. Hope by the end of the night I'll make sure.
Sacred Heart.
March 12th, Sacred Heart. You can come and see
Okay.
me, and that's gonna be a good time. And
awesome.
I always have a show an annual show that I do in Hartford at Infinity Hall in Hartford. That doesn't happen until December, so you have to wait for that one. But there might be something else I do in the interim between the two. And yeah, I think that's it. I'm excited. Thank you guys for what you do as well, because I've been enjoying getting every time I get a Shark Stream live alert, I'm like, oh, who's playing? I want to see who's playing. I want to check out the matches, and it was awesome to see Efren last week. Thank you guys
Yeah, it was
for
cool,
bringing
right?
for
Yeah.
bringing
I'm
him.
glad you were able to see it. That was awesome.
Not only did I see it, I got him. I got my
There you
Efren
go.
signed. It was funny.
Awesome.
Somebody pointed out yesterday. They were like, I told them I had him sign my jump cue. You said of all things, you had Efren, who doesn't jump, sign your jump cue. I was like, oh shit. I was like, that's true. Efren
Yeah.
doesn't. He's not
That's
a jumper,
right.
but I had him sign it anyway. So I've got that. I'm really excited about it. I got to take a picture with him. And
Well, we're gonna have pictures
Yeah.
for you. We have the professional photographer. Pictures just aren't ready yet. You're gonna have a picture. Everybody that played him has got a picture.
oh, that's awesome. Well, I didn't
Yes,
get to
you'll
play
take
with him,
that home.
unfortunately, but maybe next time. Maybe next time he
Okay.
comes through.
All right. Yep.
So what do you guys want to hear? I'm trying to. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I'll do this one.
All right. You got it. You take it away, everybody. Javier Colon.
You'll recognize this one, I think.
Hello, it's me. I was wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet to go over everything. You say that time's supposed to heal ya, but I ain't done much healing. Hello, can you hear me? I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be when we were younger and free. I'd forgotten how it felt before the world fell at our feet. There's such a difference between us and a million miles. So hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. But when I call, you never seem to be home. Hello from the outside. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter. It clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore. Hello, how are you? It's so typical of me to talk about myself. I'm sorry. I hope that you will. Did you ever make it out of that town where nothing ever happened? It's no secret that the both of us are running out of time. So hello from the other side. I must have called 1,000 times to tell you I'm sorry for everything that I've done. But when I call, you never seem to be home. Hello from the outside. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter. It clearly doesn't tear you apart anymore. Ooh, anymore. Anymore. Hello from the outside. At least I can say that I've tried to tell you I'm sorry for breaking your heart, but it don't matter. It clearly doesn't tear you apart
Unbelievable. That's awesome, man.
Absolutely awesome.
Wow.
That was
you guys.
Unbelievable, guys.
If I had more room, I'd turn my chair around real fast, but I don't have enough room. That was amazing.
I appreciate it.
That was really awesome. We do have one super special request here from Nick Marino, if you would be willing to do it. He would love to hear your song Gravity.
What do you think?
Is that doable?
Listen, for Nick Marino, we can do that. we can absolutely do that. I just gotta try to decide if I want to do it on the Don't want to do it on the piano. Don't want to do it on the guitar. I'll do it on the piano. That's fine.
Take your pick.
Here we go.
Javier
And
Colon, Gravity, guys.
Yeah, here we go.
This ain't living, can't feel a thing, and I can't shake it. What's wrong with me? And all I wanna do is sleep. Since you said we're over, never thought I'd be the enemy. You were everything I'd ever hoped for. Used to be a time when you were mine, not anymore. So baby, I'm down on my knees, hating every breath I breathe. I knew I'd let you down eventually. It's gravity and gravity. Oh baby, I'm down on my knees, hating every breath I breathe. I knew I'd let you down eventually. It's gravity and gravity. Now with every second that passes, I try to survive, 'cause you were my life. Now I'm stuck on the ground when my heart wants to fly. There's no escaping gravity. Oh, I knew I'd let you down eventually. It's gravity, gravity. Whoa. Ooh. I knew I'd let you down eventually. It's gravity, gravity.
All right, yeah, baby. All right, let's go.
That's awesome.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's for
right
you, Nick
there.
Marino. There you go.
That's awesome.
That's you, man. That's you. That was awesome. That was an amazing song.
You are
And
amazing, sir.
We're definitely saying everybody light it up, hit it on all the platforms, get it Gravity by Javier Cologne. You know, do it
Yeah,
right
thank
now.
you.
Timmy's get into the vibe. He's
Yeah,
loving it.
I'm already picking it up. If it's on Spotify, it's in my playlist.
It's
Trust
on
me, that's it.
Spotify, Apple Music, and Amazon Music, all of the platforms. So if you like it, yeah, I appreciate it. I should have some new music coming out, hopefully really soon too. There's an album that I released back in 2003 that I'm actually gonna re-release. I call it pulling a Taylor Swift, where she the record label wouldn't give her masters back, so she decided to record the whole record again.
Oh,
so
really?
kind of yeah, so she just recorded the whole record, and it's like bigger than the other one. So I don't know if that's going to work exactly like Taylor's did, but I'm looking forward to re-releasing some songs. That was from even before The Voice. So that's my old. That actually back then my name was just Javier. They didn't want me to be Javier Colon because they thought it sounded too Spanish. So they just said just be Javier. So there's a whole separate group of songs on all the platforms, on Apple Music and all the things, that are just under my first name, Javier. It's like it's like I'm two different artists, but that's how they classify them. So you can see some old school stuff that's just under Javier. Some of my favorite stuff is under that name, and then Javier Colon is my most recent.
We got some
most
people
recent
say they're
stuff.
going to add it to their playlist for sure. Definitely Apple in the morning. Very good stuff. Very good stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I mean, thank you so much for being on here, Javier. We really, really appreciate it, and thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining Shark Talk Live on our 35th episode. It was a super special episode for us, obviously, because it's the 35th, and because, of course, of you being on there as well. So thank you so much for adding the star power to the Shark Stream and Shark Talk Live for sure.
Absolutely appreciate it.
My pleasure.
When you
The
get
music
touch
was
base with
amazing.
you and you said you were going to do it, we were so excited.
Yeah.
And we were telling everybody about it. It's actually a big deal. We know you're really busy. You got the family, you got the kids. kids in pool. And thank you very much for joining us. And you're always welcome here, obviously on the Shark Stream. If you want to come, chat a match, you're obviously play your own match, and maybe you'll play Oscar for a spot.
Yeah, he wants to set it. He wants to set it up, so we'll be in touch for sure.
What's Oscar's spot? What's his number?
He's in the mid-teens,
17, 15.
Yeah,
oh, snap!
He's having twins on the way, so he's going to be a little focused in the brain. You got him.
I love. So hey, wait. So tell me. So how does it work? So if I'm I'm like 45. I just got on the list.
Yeah.
I can't challenge somebody that far down unless he challenged me. So I guess it doesn't matter.
No,
right?
you can as long as he agrees.
If they accept.
If he agrees, you can
So
challenge
if
the
he
number one
agrees,
guy. If he agrees,
so if he agrees,
win,
I can take his spot.
yeah, and he
Yes.
goes back to where you are.
You get very few of those, so I would take Oscar up right now. Make it in words. Say you accept.
Oscar,
There you go.
I accept
Nice.
your challenge. You tell me
Nice.
when
There
you
you
want
go.
to do it. Let's do it.
Awesome.
That'll be fun. I look forward to that.
All
We'll
righty.
stream that. It'll be a lot of fun for sure. That'll be a lot
Let's
of
go.
fun.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
even streaming, it's like music. You get to hear yourself and see yourself. You'll be able to see yourself with the stroke and your stance and everything. So
That might be bad for me,
but no, I think you'll be fine.
We'll see.
I think it'll be a great matchup. I think we'll have you ready and raring to go. It'll be a barn burner for sure.
I love him. I have to bring my coach Pete Genovese with me to kind of
There you go.
talk me out of the clouds. So
Yeah, it'll
Yeah, we'll
definitely-
have him in there. He can be there and watch. We'll bring him in.
Yeah.
there we go. I
Well,
love it. Awesome.
It's
Thank
about
you, guys.
8:45. I'm sure you want to get back to the family tonight, and we're going to get ready to go too. So we want to give you a special thank you. We're going to go off to our sponsors page here. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Javier.
And,
Much appreciated.
My pleasure, guys. Thank you for having me. We'll
All right,
see you
got it,
soon.
buddy.
And we're going to head to
See
our
you guys.
sponsors page. And thank you guys so much for being a part of the Shark Stream and Shark Talk episode 35 tonight. I want to thank all of our amazing sponsors, of course. We will be back next week on Tuesday. Same bat time, same bat channel, of course. It'll be 9 o'clock. Shark Talk Live episode 36 is going to be coming. For myself and Bobby Hilton, want to give a super special shout out to you. And of course,
one more thing, dude. There might be a list match between 1 and 2 after this. So this is the
Ooh.
Shark Stream is blowing up, Timmy. Everything. I mean, all these beautiful sponsors that supported us throughout the day. Who would have thought they would have a voice singer coming singing not 1 but 2 songs on the Shark Stream?
yeah, it's a great
And,
cover and an original.
Absolutely, yeah, that's awesome. So we're so excited, and there might be a big match right after this. We'll let you know real soon.
Yeah,
So-
for sure. So again, thank you so much to all of our sponsors. Of course, our title sponsors, Viking Q's, Simona's Cloth, all of our amazing local sponsors all over the state of Connecticut. And thank you guys so much. And a big thank you for congratulations on 35 episodes, Cola. We do appreciate it.
Yep.
And we'll definitely be back in not too long from now, either with Shark Talk Live or possibly a match for the List Championship in just a little bit. Thank you guys so much for joining. And again, be sure to watch this live. Go follow Javier Colon on Facebook and all of his socials. You know he needs the love. Connecticut guy. Let's follow and support
share our
local
page
guys,
as well, guys.
All right. We'll see you later, guys.